Thought I'd do another quick little video and just from in the last couple hours. It look rough. Um, I had my guy Randy, come visit me, and Bree knows him, and he's like a big brother to me. And then after I had our conversation. I had Aunt, Aunt Ruby. We chatted for a while, and she was telling me about a situation about a lady down in Texas, and just some of the things she's experiencing. An older lady, I think she's pretty much bedridden at this point, and she's in her 80s, so her journey may be coming to an end, kind of soon. But me and her were talking about something, and as we were chit chatting, she was telling me some of the obstacles in this lady's journey, and I told her, and this can apply to everything in life. Even with my personal situation, we don't get to choose what battles and what journeys we have to go through, but we do get to choose how we go through them. I think about that because Randy was saying, "Man, I never see you complain or do much." Or I try to keep it simple, and I try to keep a lot of things. I know I've spoken on this a lot lately, just saying how perspective is everything. You can choose how you look at things. And as I was speaking with Randy, I said some people, when it rains, some people say, "Man, I can't go outside. I can't do this and I can't do that." Some people also look at it like, "Man, it's watering the plants and the foods they're getting fed." So you can look at it's different ways you can look at things in life, and I try to encourage y'all to put on those positivity lens even through the most worst situations. And I know I've spoke on that a lot here lately with some of these videos, and something else I've been wanting to speak about, and uh, it's something that I've had on the back burner for years, and actually had this thought, this idea, and it would be a man, that would be a wild if you all were able to. And this is going to Jathan and Oakley or whoever, But even before this situation, years ago, I remember having this idea in 2016 when we moved out here, and my dad brought me Mama T, my grandmother's lawnmower, and he allowed me to use that to cut the yard for the first couple years up until I got this illness. But I remember when the first year, I think I was cutting out front, and I remember having this conviction, like, of gratefulness that my grandmother, who was long gone, was able to pass down a lawnmower to me, or through my dad to me. It has still worked. It was taken care of. It was in good condition, or fair condition, enough for me to cut for 5-6 years while we've been out here, and or 6 years. And I was thinking about how grateful this concept I am for those who came before me, and how I'm very appreciative of the momentum that they passed down, whether it be in a variety of ways, it be mentality, physically. I have tools that my dad's dad had, that I still use. Having that momentum to be able to hand down to the next generation is powerful. And we live in a time now where I look out in the world and I see so much of a distance and a gap between generations. And to me, it's sad because you don't realize how much you can learn from those who come before you. And it's a lot of different things that you can learn just from experience. And so I had this idea of a brand, and it was called, and y'all see it on my phone, y'all see it on the laptop as y'all start looking through stuff. But it's called Before You, After You. And the whole concept of it was to brand generations together in my mind. If there was a way to take the experience of the past and implement it into the new, and bridge this gap. Because a lot of times, man, I see a lot of gaps with the youth and then the elders these days. And a lot of people are not talking to older people. It doesn't seem like it. Or their influence isn't there. To me, when I was a kid growing up, like, you knew who was 50 and 40, 56-year-olds. They dressed like it. These days, you might have a 50-something-year-old who dresses like a 19-year-old. It's really hard to the things are very different, and in some ways I can understand it. Some people want to, remain young or their youthfulness, and but for some reason, to me, like when I was growing up, it was more of a, it was like it was wisdom and eldership was embraced. Like you could tell my grandpa was a grandpa. He didn't talk like a young person, didn't think like a young person, didn't nothing. You could tell it was wisdom in his whiskers. Like, and it seems like we live in a culture now in society. A lot of that's been lost, and the internet. That's kind of the bad side of some stuff. Uh, but that was a concept, an idea, and before you, after you, that I to bridge generations, and momentum can be inherited in different ways. It can be a mentality. It can be financial, physical, mental, spiritual. Is very powerful. It's important for you to look back and to understand, communicate, talk to see with these people before you have experienced what obstacles did they face. Because a lot of things, man, it's nothing new under the sun. It comes in different. Um, Things might be shaped a little different, but for the most part, it's the same thing over and over with some things. And but I just wanted to mention that y'all will see that some of my notes and details, if y'all go back and look through and the logos, and I just never quite put it. I never quite was able to execute it fully, but that was something that would be amazing if y'all are able to take that idea and come up with something, and see how you can help somebody else, the next generation to come after you. Because there's been people that sacrificed before you. There's been people that, me loving history, and I acknowledge it. I pay homage to it, and I appreciate it. Man, there's so much stuff. That's why it's important to know these things when you do get things in life. You can handle them with care if you understand some of the things people have been through, or they put themselves through, that you'll, just like with that lawnmower. And this is maybe a very small example, but I was very appreciative of it. Some people want everything new, brand new, and all these bells and whistles, when in reality y'all do the same thing a lot of times, cut the grass, or it's just not but anyway, me getting that lawnmower, I was able to save probably 1,000, maybe not $1,000, but I know several hundred, maybe $600-700 grass cutting season, because someone was able to pass something down to me. It's those little small things that add up that can make for your present experience, and be grateful when people are handing stuff off to you. And I was trying to incorporate that back into youthfulness, because right now we live in such an abundance. Like, people don't even think about things, and it's such a it's it's a bad characteristic in my view, that this is what happens when you have so much of everything. There's no appreciation, and it can create entitlement. I just think about that, and it's, even at 30, some people like, man, they sound like the old humbug or something. It's nothing like it. I appreciate. I think just looking at history, whether it be my family's personal history, um, my mom and dad, stuff they sacrificed, stuff they gave in us. I remember my dad probably instilling that a lot to us, to take care of your stuff, and that is such a powerful lesson to me. That lesson is momentum. Him telling me that, putting that in our brain to take care of your things, um, that is momentum, and I hope that you all can grab that lesson as well. And that's it. I wasn't gonna take too long, but I just wanted to put that on there. Signing off.